to the big house, Michigan Stadium. First month of the season, teams starting to take shape, find out what they can do, and we will learn more here in Week 3. It's the UTEP Miners and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down the sideline. Holly?
Michigan went through one of the most dramatic off seasons we've ever seen in college football, but they have steadied the ship, hiring longtime head coach Kyle Whittingham, who is highly respected and highly thought of in this industry. Whittingham has brought some stability to that program. We'll see if he's able to get the same results on the field with a talented roster. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Wolverines ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. The Miners offense as they take control of the football first. And they have no problem making this transfer junior running back their workhorse. Churned out more than 150 yards and found pay dirt a couple of times in their victory last game. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Jones. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. From the gun, running back on the move. Picks up the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
And the Miners, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking downfield, it's Colson. Going to try to pop one on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Second down, they'll go to the air. Setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Miners. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Here's the return from inside his 10. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Wolverines offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And here comes Andrew Marsh. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft, perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Bolitnikoff awards. the tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
They've got to come. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Right down the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
A first down run in the red zone. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a third down and goal.
Trying to find the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, UTEP! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Underwood. Here comes the heat. Working that left side now.
Great timing there on that throw by the QB on the out route. Gets it to his guy just in time. He makes the catch, and his momentum takes him out of bounds.
Hunt is on its way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Handoff to the lone back.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Trying play action. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
Running back searching for a hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense got it. They're on the run. Racing to the right. Tag. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Wolverines. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you. They knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, one with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Miners offense all set and ready to start the drive. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. First play of the drive comes from the 22. And off to Jones. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll go right back to the run. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
To the air, it's Colson. Makes the grab on the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, UTEP. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. This should be the last play of the quarter. The give on the counter. Got enough for the first. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the break, and it's UTEP holding the lead. As we take a look at the stats, things are a little one-sided so far. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So first down here as they go back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Running inside, it's Marshall. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. He breaks a tackle. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the wideout. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Touchdown Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's a phenomenal effort on 3rd down by the QB, but how about the blocking? When that play broke down, look at the receivers running routes. They all of a sudden turned around, and they went and got some blocks to help out their QB. You gotta love it.
And the point after is good. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UTEP offense headed out to the field to start this drive. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Open on the right side, that's Smith. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Colson. Safe completion on the screen. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The run inside. It's Jones. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. The lone back's got it. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's complete on the right side. Got the first down with the throw, and he'll get more after taking that shot. It'll be a roughing penalty. So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. The Miners are moving quickly down the field. And off to Jones. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Or will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Give to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. Dropping back, it's Colson. Quick strike complete. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. Third down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line, these guys, credit because they were able to pick everything up and give their quarterback an opportunity to throw clean from the pocket to pick up that first down.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Going for 6. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To send the tight end in motion. Throwing, Underwood. Zings it complete to the right.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick release by the QB. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Headed outside, it's Marshall. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw.
Run game is good. Balance.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. bringing it back. Touchdown, Miners! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And nice vision by the linebacker, understanding and diagnosing pass right away. Getting his eyes on the quarterback, breaking on the football, making the huge interception, and then taking it back to the high school days, man. In his glory days at the running back spot, running all the way to the house and scoring the touchdown.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Underwood. Pressure coming. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, he's got some space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Double time, hustling to the line. They spike it to stop the clock. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. He'll pull it down and run. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's begin with a look at Wake Forest, taking on the number 16, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's the Demon Deacons, able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins. That gets their record to 3-0 on the season. Let's now check in on some top 25 battles today, as the landscape in this sport is truly ever-changing. Now over to your game inside the big house. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
And the Miners will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Michigan offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to
wide open spaces. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the Wolverines peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Here's Underwood to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Buchanan. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
With the catch, it's Marshall. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? He'll take it himself. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on, bottling him up. That's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
You know, I like the idea to go for it there on fourth down, too, because at this distance, it's definitely not a gimme field goal, right? So your best chances of scoring points and paying this drive off are to go for it on that fourth down, and, of course, they go out and get it.
And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Here comes the offense on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Buchanan. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. Keeps it himself. Maybe some room here. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Marshall. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
They go play action. Bryce Underwood. Touchdown, Michigan! And the comeback is on. On to attempt the try.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Colson. The throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. They'll go back to the ground. Finding some room. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to set up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Great awareness that time by the safety. He's obviously spent a lot of time in the film room. The D-line was upfield. It looked like that one might be a big gainer on the running back screen. But did you see how fast the safety came screaming down? He saw that thing coming from a mile away. He's able to make a big-time stop.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Miners send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Throwing. Underwood. Rushes on him. It's complete to the right. And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Heaves it deep. Makes a deep grab. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on. There's some room. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Unloads quickly. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Running inside. It's Marshall. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. It's complete to the left. And he got it so close to that first down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be 4th down. Never considered the field goal from the 20. It's 4th and inches. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He recovers the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, in this situation, the only offensive player who can advance the fumble is the guy who dropped it. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Finds a little space. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass, it's Colson. Now sliding to his left. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
I'll tell you, when this guy's in a rhythm, he never misses. And you've seen that in this game. Very, very accurate up to this point. That time, though, a little bit out of rhythm. And I think that's why he missed that throw.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. And the Miners line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Caught behind the line. It's Marshall. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And, man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Under fire. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They've got a first down here. Want to start his bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game. Turning it on. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
The Miners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll leave it with the lone back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Miners, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They feed him again. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Miners decide to punt it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. It's a one-possession game in the fourth. Underwood on the play action. Quickly to the tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Underwood. Snagged in the middle. It's Marshall. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And the defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Bryce Underwood to the air again, using his legs to buy some time. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the big fella. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
Well, they don't pick up the first down there, but in this 2-minute situation, they need their quarterback to be decisive, to be accurate, and make really good decisions. And we'll see what he's able to do as they inch closer and closer towards the goal line.
A strike downfield. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Punch it out of the air. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Might have a chance. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over.
Into the end zone for a touchdown, and now just 1 point away from a tie.
Massive score, now massive decision making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. A 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? You want to go for it? It's your decision.
Coming out with it, it's Henry. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Miners offense all set and ready to start the drive. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Obviously, that was important. Got to get the first down. Now we got to get some chunk plays, get this ball across the 50 and get in scoring position.
Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass, it's Colson. The quick out. He's out of bounds and doing everything they can to save every second. 23 seconds to go.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
We'll get it started here in overtime. Run inside. It's Marshall. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed.
Maybe a crease. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10. And the Wolverines will take it first here in overtime. He's got it again. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Touchdown, Michigan! They strike first here in overtime.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking for a man. It's Colson. Makes the grab. It's Brown. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Oh, he can't hang on, and those arms might have favored an alligator there, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Out of the gun, the inside give. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. First and goal as they try to answer with a touchdown of their own. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, UTEP! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3 is coming soon.
And they did tack on the extra point. We play on first down here in the second overtime period. From the gun, the ground game. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. High the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. Escapes the pressure going right. Fires on the move. He makes a catch. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. This thing has been back and forth now. First and goal as they try to take the lead in overtime number 2. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And he was able to get back on top of his own fumble. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Touchdown, UTEP! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They got it, executed beautifully, and the lead is 8 in double OT. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Throwing, Underwood. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. Down in the end zone, and it'll... Touchback. The UTEP offense headed out to the field to start this drive. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, David.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome. Back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.